Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles Part 9, the finale, where we're gonna go after the final boss, the Dark Lord himself, Darth Maul, the alleged mastermind behind this whole plot against the Naboo. So we're gonna fight him, we're gonna duel him, blue against red, a classic clash combination of opposing colors, opposite colors, colors that complement each other but oppose each other at the same time. We're just gonna spam our favorite Force moves where we throw our lightsaber around like a madman using the Force. Now we know Mace Windu said before is the best dueler of the game, and we're about to prove that Mace Windu is the best dueler of the game. What we're about to do in here, Darth Maul is a skilled lightsaber duelist, but he doesn't stand a chance against Mace Windu, the great Mace Windu, the Master Windu. And if we just beat him up with our lightsaber a bunch of times like he's a piñata at a children's birthday party, we could, have a good fighting chance against him. So you see, Darth Maul's gonna cower away like a wimp, but we're just gonna go collect some, replenish our health, replenish our force, destroy that control thing, because that's something that's great about the PlayStation versions, that you can destroy these control things, as I said in the first part. I think this might be one of the first times since the first episode, so we actually gotta destroy things. Gotta be careful not to jump into those energy things. Lightsaber duels always happen in the most craziest and ridiculous locations. Like, what the frick is this place supposed to be anyways? Looks like some sort of energy refinery or something like that. But why do they build it so large like this? And why do they have those platforms so tall? Do people fly or something like that? Or do they need, like, speeders? Because not everyone's Jedi, we're Jedi, so we can jump easy. But not everyone has those Jedi powers like we have. And so on this holographic surface, we're gonna go and fight Darth Maul again on some holographic, holographic. Maybe Darth Maul's a hologram, I don't know. Which would explain some things if he was a hologram, if he saw Clone Wars. So see here, we're really taking a lot of hits. We're blocking our attacks the best we can. At the same time, we're inflicting a lot of damage on him. Darth Maul's cowering away again, which is also the greatest. I used to see this scene on YouTube a lot, because I never had the full game as a kid. I was always intrigued. They always use Mace Windu, and I get why they use Mace Windu. He's, the best character of this game. He has all the reason to be the best character of this game. And the other reason, too, why I chose Mace Windu is because almost everyone that LPs this game seems to always pick Qui-Gon Jinn and or Obi-Wan, because so it makes it like the Phantom Menace movie. But I thought, well, if everyone does that, then what makes this LP of mine unique? I'm one of the only people that LPs this game as Mace Windu. So Darth Maul's gonna do an attack he doesn't do in the movie. He pretty much has his own version of Force Lightning. Darth Maul's can't use Force Lightning, he's never used Force Lightning. If he did have Force Lightning, he probably would have destroyed Obi-Wan too in the movie. But he has it in this game, but he's not fighting against Obi-Wan, he's fighting against Mace Windu. And then again, how would Jedi know how to protect themselves from such action and like this? Because it's been like 1,000 years since there's been dark Jedi with lightsabers. They wouldn't have had much experience at dueling. That's why a lot of those Jedi that went to arrest Palpatine in Revenge of the Sith weren't very good at dueling. Because it's been like years since they've dueled him, or they thought them never even dueled at all. Look at it that way, so it's actually no surprise that they lost that easily. Some of the greatest masters, were they really masters? In that game, Star Wars Jedi, Knight Jedi Academy, we go to lightsaber duels all the time with some pretty bad Sith Lords, and we fight them off easy. I wonder if that Jaden Jedi that you play as in that game, he's probably a better Jedi than all the Jedi in the prequels combined together. He's way better than Mace Windu, in the movies, that is, not in this game, but in the movies. And so pretty much riding that grill element up to the top here. Looks like something you could fry a steak on. And then we'll go up here, collect the stuff. We get a lot of points. I'm kind of running low on force powers, but there, see, they have droids. Just like pretty much every Star Wars game I've played of this Darth Maul battle, we always get confronted by droids. Happened in the Lego Star Wars games, happened in, I'm pretty sure the Phantom Menace video game had that. I don't know, I never made it that far in the Phantom Menace video game, so I wouldn't know. I'm talking about the one that's more like an RPG or a Zelda game. I think this game is way better, because it's more fun and action. You can jump around and use your lightsabers. It's more fun, pretty much. It's like always fun. It's like Crash Bandicoot versus Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy gets boring after all. I don't like Final Fantasy that much. Crash Bandicoot is always fun. I always like playing Crash Bandicoot. Speaking of which, I was just reminded today that Crash Bash was a game that actually exists. It's kind of like a party-themed Crash Bandicoot game. I haven't played that game in a long time. I really should get back into that game again. Same with Tiny Tank. I forgot I had Tiny Tank. I love Tiny Tank. It's one of the funniest games on the PlayStation. It's another game I should play soon. And we already made videos of a video of the demo of Tiny Tank. Maybe I should do a full LP. I don't know, I've never beaten that game before. But Crash Bash, I haven't made any videos of Crash Bash yet. I should play Crash Bash some more, and I'll eventually make a video of that. So I hope you guys would like to, see that. 'Cause a lot of you guys like Crash Bandicoot. I actually did a video of the demo of that game about 2 years ago. And I did a video of Crash Bandicoot 2. I still haven't done a video of the original, the third Crash Bandicoot yet. I haven't done any videos of Wrath of Cortex. I really like Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, regardless of what people say about that game. I don't get why so many people hate Crash Wrath of Cortex. Sure, it's way better than Spyro 4, and I heard the GameCube version of Crash Wrath of Cortex sucks, but I have the PS2 version, which is, the better version. It's one of those blue discs. Remember those blue PS2 discs? I like those blue PS2 discs. They're easier for my PS2 to read. Sure, they make my PS2 sound like a Ferrari starting up when you play on them, but at least it works fine. At least that comes from back in my war I had against the DRE, the disc read error on PS2. My PS2 had trouble playing DVD-based discs, which more than 90% of PS2 games are on DVD-based discs. So those CD-based discs, those blue discs, are CD-based discs, and those are actually easier for my PS2 to read. And same with PS1 games too, so that's why I liked those blue discs. Unfortunately, as I said before, not very many PS2 games are on those blue discs. That's actually my favorite color, That blue, if you want, my favorite color is that blue of the blue PS2 disc. That's my favorite color ever. It's almost like where blue meets purple on the colored spectrum, where sapphire becomes amethyst kind of thing. And amethyst is another color I really like in real life. I actually made my Alienware computer have amethyst lights. Only they would be amethyst, but unfortunately I've been using sapphire lights for so long, the sapphire lights burned out, so now the lights pretty much come out as red. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, I wish I could have, purple, but, beggars can't be choosers, which is what I always say. And I had it blue for the longest time. It doesn't even look very blue anymore because the blue lights have burned out. I hear blue light's actually bad for sleeping. Mace Windu must have trouble sleeping if he has a blue lightsaber like that. Same with any other Jedi has a blue lightsaber. And that's probably why it's actually better to have a green lightsaber, because you probably get a better, sleep. At least that's what they say. I don't know if that stuff's true or not. There's all sorts of myths about, wellness and things like that. So pretty much have to play like a game of Simon Says here, and we have to, run for the correct pathway, the correct way. But first I should just kill all these droids first. Here these droids are getting... Look at that droid frickin' uppercutted me. Well, I'm gonna go and take out that droid. Droids are not afraid to uppercut you, so take out that droid. Another one there. So you see it advances. It's actually easier in the PlayStation version, so it tells you which order the colors are supposed to be in, and it also says, it also makes it look like, you advanced or progressed. The Dreamcast version doesn't have that, so it's much more difficult to figure this out in the Dreamcast version. So I think I made a wrong turn there. You have to know exactly which way to go. Yeah, see, look, I made a wrong turn, so it didn't progress. But thankfully, I think I know what I had to do to get it to... Oh no, look at that. Now it's red. Dang it. Again, it's like a game of Simon Says. You have to know exactly what it wants to do, where it has to do. You have to figure it out a lot yourself. I actually figured this out myself, actually pretty, good, actually. So it's not too hard if you know what order the colors, and that's why the Dreamcast version is so much more difficult. See, and a lot of it's not straightforward. A lot of it has to, like, okay, run that way, bend that way, and then I wonder if the Jedi in the movies could have figured this out. If they had traps like this in the movies, I don't think they would have won against Darth Maul. I mean, there's no way Jay and Silent Bob could have figured that out either when Jay and Silent Bob were pretty much Jedi in that movie, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. That movie was pretty good. That's my favorite part of that movie, where Jay and Silent Bob have to fight Mark Hamill in a lightsaber duel. Yeah, I love that scene. That scene's hilarious. I actually showed a friend of mine that knows nothing about Jay and Silent Bob, and he actually thought that was pretty, frickin' hilarious. I also wish Moobies was a real burger place in real life. I actually have a bank of Moobie on one of my shelves. I think you saw it in my bedroom tour. I'm gonna make another bedroom tour video soon. You're gonna see that I still have that Movie bank, and I never put money in it. It's just a display thing for me, really. But I wish Movie was a real, restaurant. I'd eat at Moobies. I'm eating it. I'd eat at Moobies if that was a real place. But not if Dante and Randall worked there. 'Cause, they would, they're not, they're slackers pretty much. They're gonna have to be jumping over lasers now. They're gonna be shooting at, well, not really lasers. They're more like some sort of, like, I don't know what you call that, like some sort of energy beam thing. I don't know what you call those things. Look at that, I got hit by it. So you see here, we got another checkpoint, and oh, look at that, it's Darth Maul again. Oh yeah, Darth Maul, I forgot that guy existed. so busy solving puzzles, trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. At least it's not as bad as solving a real Rubik's Cube. I, for the life of me, have never been able to figure out how to solve a real Rubik's Cube before. And my mother went to Hungary back in the 70s, and she got a Rubik's Cube in the 70s before Rubik's Cubes came to America. She's one of the first people in America to have a Rubik's Cube. And I, to this day, still never been able to solve a Rubik's Cube before. I usually play the soundtrack to the next Tetris when I try to solve them, but like I said, I've never been successful. I heard that you have to, like, you know, somehow break off the corners or break off the edges or figure out how to solve the edges to solve it. I don't know. How would I know? I don't know. I never solved a Rubik's Cube before. So now here's the final screen of the game, the final board or screen, whatever you want to call it, of the game. We're gonna have to go against Darth Maul. I'm gonna spam force like there's no tomorrow, and I'm gonna, you know, make sure he bows to his knees in front of me, making him realize that Darth Maul is, you know, indeed the Sith bad, the Sith guy bad that we don't want to fight off. And then, look at that, Darth Maul just keeps getting him. He just keeps walking back. Like, is that, look at that, we just killed him like that. Darth Maul's a wuss. He's the biggest wuss in anything ever. Of course, if you're Plo Koon, he's the exact opposite, but if you're Mace Windu, Darth Maul is pretty much your slave. You could make him your slave easy. That's what they should have done to Darth Maul in the movie, but oh no, they didn't. Only for him to return as a really, you know, formidable foe in the Clone Wars. Which I've seen every episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars. I'm not sure I mentioned that, but yeah, I've seen every episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars now, including the 7th season of Star Wars The Clone Wars. So here's the ending of the game. Everyone's cheering on and everything like that. And then the Jedi are there. They're the Jedi that we fought throughout the game. For some reason, Qui-Gon Jinn is still alive. I don't know why Qui-Gon Jinn is still alive.
You have done defeating the Sith Lord. Difficult it was, but never only one Sith can there be. Always two there are. No more, no less. A master and an apprentice. Destroyed one you have, but one yet lives. Celebrate your victory, but forget not that other conflicts were made.
Yeah, so apparently there's some other Sith Lord out there we're probably gonna have to fight in a future game. That is if this game actually had sequels, which, as we all know, this game didn't have any sequels at all. This game had no sequels whatsoever. And so this game, this whatever you call this of a game, is officially over now. So these are the credits of the game. They were that lazy, they couldn't make them look like the Star Wars credits. They couldn't even put any music over them. It goes like do 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 do. Do 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 do. Or they could have even used like Ride of the Valkyries, you know, like in the Hardware Wars theme, Ride of the Valkyries, you know, do 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 do. But no, they don't give us any of that at all. Instead, they just play generic music from somewhere in the film, and it just shows, you know, our credits. You know, that's just credits. It doesn't even look like it. At least it's cool to see the graphic in the background, the Jedi we get to play as in this game. And in the Dreamcast version, they use actual digitized footage of the characters, like actual digitized what the characters looked like in the film. We don't get that in the PlayStation version. Instead, we just get CGI models of the characters. Again, not that I'm complaining or anything like that. And here's the voice actors. As you can see, Ki-Adi-Mundi is credited in the credits, despite the fact that Ki-Adi-Mundi is completely absent in this version of the game. He's in the not the PlayStation, he's not in this PlayStation version, but he's in the Dreamcast version. He's an unlockable character. And so, yeah, that's kind of how we get for this game. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out.